Welcome back. The Ministry of Labour has issued a public statement on the issue of vacation leave and how it should be managed during the COVID-19 crisis. The ministry says although an employer reserves the right to send an employee on leave, having served a 7 days notice, it is recommended that this be done in consultation with the employee. It is therefore advised that during a period of partial scale down of economic activities brought about by COVID-19, employees not be asked to proceed on vacation leave, as this situation is unique and is a cause of undue stress and hardship to both employers and employees. The circumstances surrounding the pandemic, it says, is not conducive for vacation. During a period of 24-hour curfew, vacation leave for employees who are already on leave should be suspended until the curfew has been lifted. As there is no requirement by law to pay wages during the partial or complete shutdown, employers may consult with their employees towards utilizing these days as paid vacation days, and if both parties agree, then the agreement should be committed to writing. The Ministry of Labour has asked that everyone be guided accordingly. One local baker has spoken on how COVID-19 has affected her business. Esther Monrose spoke to the difficulties that the business has faced thus far and what measures have been implemented for members of the public. $1.1 million for drivers is not an accurate picture of the rescue package announced by Prime Minister Alan Shastney in the Social Stabilization Plan in response to COVID-19. So says the Vice President of the National Council on Public Transportation, NCOPT, Michael Flood. His comment came in response to questions from NCOPT members who question if the rebate is it. The president of the Cicero Minibus Association says his members are duly concerned.
Yeah, well, right now there are members have questions, and me as the president representing them, so we want to clarify a couple of things that are going on. Because I heard the Prime Minister's speech, which was very good. But he spoke about the 1.1 million, right? But as far as we know that 1.1 million was already owned to us. So right now they want to know what is it that we're getting for the corona, because right now we're carrying 7 passengers, which we understand we're going through a crisis. But right now we want to find out what it is in place that for us, because of the corona, as we're going through the corona.
The NCOPT Vice President assures that there is greater relief coming.
Okay, whilst I understand why bus operators will be concerned as to what is in the stimulus package for us, because I am part of the system, I want people to understand that the pronouncement made by the Prime Minister with reference to the $1.1 billion is just a tip of the iceberg as to what is in there for us. What was agreed between the government and the National Council on Public Transportation is because this money they've been owing us this money for a while. What they will do as a matter of diligence, release that money, whilst the National Council on Public Transportation is engaged with government in negotiations as to the best way forward to assist the public transport sector.
Flood says everyone is feeling the pinch, and the NCOPT is fully aware of the sacrifices being made by bus operators and drivers.
We have associations that have not worked in the last 2 weeks. We have 2 each who cannot leave you for 2 cars with 7 persons. And again, you have the cutting of how you call it, the zoning of the country, right? They have not worked for 2 weeks, and they have not complained because they understood what is happening.
The NCOPT Vice President says it is not the right time to put pressure on government to the benefit of just the public transportation sector at the expense of the nation. He says he fully anticipates that the fuel tax will go a long way to assisting the public transportation sector and the rest of the nation as well. In Barbados, a same-sex couple has been sentenced to 6 months in prison for breaking the country's COVID-19 curfew. 18-year-old Jonathan Jeremiah Brown and Shyama Calendar, 34, both of 8th Avenue, Harts Gap, Christchurch, pleaded guilty to disobeying a national directive and being outdoors on the 12th of April around 8:05 p.m. Brown also admitted to driving a motor car along Lower Collymore Rock St. Michael on the same day when he was not the holder of a driver's license. Sergeant Vernon Waith, in reading the facts, said police received information that Brown stole a motor car from a residence. He was stopped and asked for his license, which he was unable to provide. Sergeant Waite then told the court that police asked the two their reason for being on the road at the time, and they responded, quote, "We thought the curfew was at 8 p.m. We went to St. James to get something to eat and were going home," end quote. Both accused are known to the court. Brown had a previous traffic conviction for driving without a license. Following the overdose of fake news on 5G and the COVID-19 pandemic, e-government coordinator for Suriname, Gadalito Huaki, says the Caribbean community should be aware of what is factual. In a short video posted to Facebook, he states some basic facts on what 5G is. Huaki says the Caribbean does not need situations like in Europe and the US with the burning of telecom towers because of the hype. He says this will only cause additional inconvenience and stress. He says just imagine not being able to call authorities for help because of damaged communication infrastructure.
With every introduction of a new generation, so when 3G and 4G were introduced, we always had noise about the new generation being harmful to our health. So this is nothing new with 5G. And as I usually say, when 6G and 7G or whatever it will be in the future, this noise will always return. The World Health Organization, Kanto, and telecom operators in various islands and countries already cleared the air that there is no connection between 5G and COVID-19. But I'll give you one more fact. 5G, the rollout of 5G didn't start in Wuhan in China in 2019. It started in 2018 in South Korea. So not China is the first place where 5G was rolled out, but South Korea. In our region, that's why I was saying I'm making this video especially for the region. In our region, no new frequencies will be used. We will only reuse frequencies that were already being used for 4G, 3G, and in some cases, in some countries, WiMAX. And still, the frequencies that will be used are lower than frequencies that are currently being used for microwave dishes that support the communication between towers.
While claims and conspiracy theories about 5G are not new, the technology has an outsized political importance because it may provide countries with a competitive edge with faster wireless speeds, enabling more rapid development of even driverless cars and other innovations. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Sports and weather are coming up next.